I've been wanting to return to YouTube for a long time now, and I've had like 2 attempts at it. The first time, it was this like 3-minute scripted video where I had everything I wanted to say, and I actually did edit half of it and like made the voiceover. I got the music and everything, but I don't really know, man. I just don't think I was like ready. I think I was like trying to force myself to come back to YouTube. And so that video fell through, which is probably about a year ago now. And then I had another attempt at it, I think about 6 months ago. And yeah, I just didn't like that video. I didn't like the way I talked. I didn't like the way I looked. I just didn't. And once again, it's like, I wanted to return because I felt like that's the right thing to do, and I don't think I was ready. But now I actually feel like I'm ready. First things first, I just want to start off with an apology. Now 90% of the people that have followed me don't really care, you know what I mean? Like I made good videos, like cool montages, whatever. Like they'd click on my video, watch it, be entertained, and then like move on with their day. So like 90% of people, you know, like I'm just another YouTuber that just disappeared. But there's like 10% of you, or even 5%, that like are still DMing me like every single day on Instagram, and it doesn't make any sense because like it's been 2 years, man. Like, I don't think I understand the impact that I had on people, because like, to me, I'm just like a normal person, you know what I mean? I'm just a guy. And although I put a lot of like effort and a lot of passion into my like montages and stuff, I just never really thought I had like that impact on people, you know what I mean? But like my Discord is like still active. I haven't touched that thing in 2 years, and there's still people talking in it every single day. I'm getting messages on Instagram and Twitter every single day. And I really tried to build something special when I was doing YouTube. Like, yeah, I had, you know, a lot of just cringe videos and a lot of just like content videos that were, you know, they're just sort of like lifeless. But there was a lot of effort that went into a lot of videos that didn't make any money whatsoever, and I just wanted to make cool shit to inspire people. That was like literally all I ever wanted to do. And it's crazy because for like a very small percent of people, I feel like I actually I set out what I achieved. And it's fucking crazy, man, because I really just thought I'd like disappear out of people's lives and they wouldn't give a shit, but clearly so many people still give a shit, and I'm so fucking grateful for that, man. It's like, so to cut a long story short, I didn't actually realize the impact I had on some people. Now, once again, it's only like 5% of you, if that, right? But like I remember when I was like a teenager growing up, and I used to watch like YouTubers, and you used to really look up to these people, and like they'd almost be like your best friend type thing. And eventually that became me, but because it's myself, I didn't even like realize it. But yeah, anyway, so for those few people that really looked up to me, who I really inspired, and those people that it's, you know, it's still DMing me every day asking when I'm going to return and all that, like that's who my apology is going out to, because it took taking a break to realize that people looked up to me a lot more than I actually realized. And yeah, anyway, on to the main point of this video. So I've been gone for 2.5 years. My last upload was that 20 editor montage. I'm just gonna break down the timeline. I'm probably gonna miss a lot, but I'm gonna make plenty of videos. So yeah, I uploaded that last video, which was that 20 editor montage. Making that video, first of all, was just like, it was a nightmare. Trying to coordinate 20 different people to edit 4 seconds and, you know, stay on, like I'm literally DMing 20 people, trying to make sure that everyone's organized. It literally took like 2 months of just like waiting for people to actually like edit the clips and everything. And it was a mass organization process that I had to do, and I had to stay on top of people and all that. But I think it turned out really sick. Anyway, I uploaded that video, and I think during that video I had planned a trip to America. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably would have seen that I went to America, and Twitter. I think I posted like a bunch on Twitter about it. So I uploaded that montage, and then I took a month off before my America trip because I wanted to like sort of get in the mindset, because I'm traveling for like 2.5 months. So I wanted to make sure that I felt ready to travel, you know what I mean? Like if anyone does YouTube, you kind of know that it's like, it's mass degeneracy. Like you really just are on the computer 24/7. So I want to make sure I was a little bit in shape, and I wanted to make sure that, you know, I just wasn't rocking up looking like a freak basically, because I also went to Vid Summit in America. I'll probably make a whole nother video on my America trip. But yeah, anyway, uploaded the video, took 1 month off before America, and then the America trip was like 2.5 months. So pretty much 3 months. So there's 4 months right there since my last upload, straight up. And then the last thing I did on the America trip was I went on a cruise on one of the biggest cruise ships in the world. I think at the time it was the biggest. And I got really sick on like the second last day of the cruise, and I was like dead sick. This was the sickest I've ever been in my life. I'm pretty sure I got, and I was just like borderline ready to go to hospital. I was that sick. The whole trip, in order to get home, is like 36 hours at least. So I was dreading that trip, and I was like dead sick. I remember FaceTiming my mom, and she was literally in tears of how sick I was. Like it was really bad. I was this close to canceling my flight, but I ended up pushing through. I had all my medicine on my flight with me. And then when I got home, something like really bad happened. And this is like a whole nother story in itself that I'll save for, once again, a different video. Long story short, I got even sicker than what I was in America, and I was like projectile vomiting like all over my apartment. It was just real bad. So it took like a good 2 weeks to recover from that when I got back. And then because I was like eating like shit in America the whole time, and I was like barely working out, I was like giga out of shape. Like I looked like shit. So before I was going to return to YouTube, I wanted to make sure that, you know, I was back in shape and I was feeling good, feeling healthy. And I didn't plan on returning to Fortnite after America. So if I was going to do any sort of IRL stuff, I wanted to make sure that, you know, I didn't look like shit basically, because yeah, I just wanted to get my health back on track. So there's like 5 months already out of the 2 years. So basically I went on a health kick. I was just back in the gym almost every single day. I was trying to eat healthy. I was just trying to get like my life sort of back on track. And like I posted a few things here and there, but I didn't know what I was doing. And also I had no idea what I wanted to do. That was the big thing, right? But I knew as long as I do something, that something will happen. And then I sort of got a bit of a social life, and I started going out a bit more. I started hanging out with friends. I started just like really catching up on social experiences that I missed out on for literally 5 years of doing YouTube. I watched one of my day in the lives the other day, and literally my whole life was wake up, do YouTube until I go to sleep. And I even said in the video that like my life is not interesting because I'm just in like grind mode right now. And it was true. I really just did nothing else but YouTube. And then I started to actually live a bit of a life, and I was like, hang on a minute. This is all the shit I sort of missed out on for, like I said, 5 years. So I started to just live life a little, and I wasn't too harsh on myself. And I also played a whole bunch of video games, old school RuneScape to be in particular, and a few other games as well. But my interest in Fortnite just wasn't there. Like I didn't have any interest to play the game, make videos on the game, make maps, nothing. I feel like I'm just getting a bit too old for it. Like I'm 27 now. So, you know, it seems like Fortnite's targeted at like young teenagers, and when you're pushing 30, like it's really like not it, you know what I mean? Like it's fun to jump on with friends every now and then, but like to see myself as like a Fortnite YouTuber forever, like... Bro, what? That was not the plan. Like I'm eternally grateful for everything that happened to me because of Fortnite, literally my whole life, but continue doing that was, in my perspective, the wrong direction, that I didn't want to sort of go back to making videos on Fortnite. So while doing all this and getting, you know, living my life, playing video games again and just like getting healthy, I still had the idea to return to YouTube. Like I still wanted to do a bunch of shit, and I was still working on myself, and I was pretty much at the peak of like my health and fitness. Like I was in really good shape, and I was like ready to return, and I was like fired up. But then something happened that really it was one of the worst things that's probably ever happened to me, just because of the timing of it. And that was when I fell over and I broke a bone in my wrist, specifically the scaphoid here. You can probably might not be able to see the scar here. And breaking that bone, at first I was like, you know, it's just gonna heal, what's the big deal? And then after some x-rays, it turns out that I actually needed to get surgery on it, even though I literally just fell over. And you know when you fall over and you just put your hands out and stop yourself basically from face planting, that's all I did. I just fell over on pavement and I put my hand out to stop myself from falling, and I broke that bone, and now I needed surgery, which, as you can imagine, I was not too keen on at all. And I'll save the surgery thing for like a whole nother video, because that's like a whole story in itself. But basically, I made the right decision and got the surgery, because if I didn't, there was a chance it didn't heal properly, and then I could have had like arthritis for the rest of my life. So I went ahead with the surgery, and I had a cast on my arm for, I think, like 3 weeks. And then once I got that off, I was then in a plastic mold around my arm for like another couple of months. And then after that, I had to do rehab. So this was like literally another 2-3 months out of my life where, you know, I was literally in like peak physical condition that I've ever been in. And it just all goes downhill. I was literally like ready to return to YouTube, ready to do like IRL shit. I was working out every day, I was feeling great, and then this happened and it just put like a spanner in the works. It just put everything on hold. And yes, I can still make videos with a broken wrist, but I wanted to like, I don't know, I guess it was just like another excuse for me to just not post videos. You know, I really wanted to make sure that I was the best version of myself when I came back to YouTube, especially if, you know, I'm not just going to be making gaming videos anymore. And then when that happened, it definitely put a hold on that in my mind. So anyway, after those 3 months go by, I eventually get the thing off, and then I literally have no muscle on my arm. Like, it is literally just skin and bone, because I haven't even used it for 3 months. So it is literally just back to square zero, you know what I mean? And around this time is when a local gym opened up near me, and I was like, this is just the perfect timing. This new gym that is sick has just opened up in walking distance. As soon as I get my thing off, I can start getting sort of my life back on track. Because the thing is with me, man, is like, I feel like I have to get my health in the best place possible before I move on. That's priority one. Do you know what I mean? Like, YouTube was priority one when I was like fully grinding, and I didn't want that to be my reality anymore. I didn't want my life to be priority one YouTube, then everything else comes second. Because if you prioritize YouTube and nothing else, you end up looking like shit, you end up feeling like shit, and all you do is have a lot of fucking money and no social life, no friends, and you look like shit. It's just not a good life, do you know what I mean? So health was now priority one, and then YouTube came second. So that's why I was like, straight back in the gym. I want to sort of rebuild, get my life back on track before I make a return. So another excuse for me to just play more video games and essentially just not make videos. So between that timeline and right now has been about a year. So what have I done in the last year? Well, every single day I wake up and I wonder what I want to do. Like, what are my next steps? Because I don't actually know what I want to do at all. And I've talked to a lot of people and I've tried to come up with ideas, and basically it took me 2 years to realize that nothing is going to come knocking. Nothing is going to just appear in my life and it's going to be the thing, oh, that's what I need to do. I actually have to take action and start doing shit to figure that out. Even though I don't know what I want to do, I'm just going to start posting shit. I'm going to come back to social media. I'm going to come back to, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and I'm just going to start doing random shit and honestly figure it out as I go. One of the big reasons why it's taken me so long to take action was because I feel like with all the montages and stuff I made and all the hype that I sort of built around my brand over the years, that I felt like I always had this expectation to sort of have it all figured out and sort of know exactly what I want to do, and whatever I do, I'm just going to kill it. But basically, I'm just going to start fresh. I'm going to be posting a whole bunch of just random shit on my second channel of me just talking pretty much like this. And I'm going to document my journey, figuring out what this next chapter is in my life. And for someone like me that I hold myself to such a high standard, coming back to YouTube with no plan and not knowing what the fuck I'm gonna do and just doing shit is it kind of sucks. But at the same time, I feel like there are probably a lot of people out there that also have no idea what they want to do, and we can figure this shit out together, basically. As soon as I click upload, if I happen to upload this video, I'm so fucking back. I am an all or nothing person. I'm either dedicating my life to something or I'm not even gonna fucking bother. And as soon as I post a video, it's it's all or nothing. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be posting a bunch of shit to my second channel. I'm eternally grateful for everyone that has stuck by me. It still blows my mind to this day. We've still got a lot of stories to catch up on. I just glanced over 2 years in, I don't know how long this video is, so there'll be definitely more videos of me talking shit like this. So if you wanna see that, then yeah.